Here we go. It's the time again. Doing this game stuff with myself. Well, all right. So I've got more time in with the first descendant and some more thoughts. So I was pretty harsh on it. Um, First time around when I went live with it, and I pretty much stand by what I said. But that's kind of neither here nor there. I'm going to take a step back and I guess rate a little bit better. I'm not a fan of going and, stream after stream after, video after video and just people ripping games apart. That being said, not real excited about this game. I have put time in on it, um, and I've learned some stuff. I'm gonna do a more, like, breakdown, I guess. Equip the new weapon and try it out. Don't forget about the weapon level transmission. Alright. Well, we're not doing that. So, first things first, when it comes to gameplay, it's not bad. I do think that the game tries to be faster paced than it's capable of being at times, if that makes sense. And you got more shit to say? You gotta read this, guys, every word, which is fine, except for it goes by pretty quickly. So anybody who is a slow reader, good luck understanding any of this. I'm not sure why it goes so fast. I'm not pushing any buttons. Everybody else seems to take their sweet time, biting every syllable. Not not the instructor. He could care less if you got the information or not. I suppose we'll look at what this gun does. The silly weeper. Thunder cage, submachine gun. There are a few different ammo types, which is good. Um, Up here, you have different ways to sort things by either their rarity or their weapon type. It also shows you what kind of ammunition they use. Um, and the same can be said of these over here, your reactors and your external components and stuff like that. Uh, Tier and skill type. There's a battle pass. There's a shop. Well, I haven't looked through any of that shit. It did take me a while. I do have Bunny unlocked. And it took me a while to figure out. I don't know why, but I kept like skipping over the Descendant tab. I, she dropped, I guess, or I researched her and she was level 10. I went through and did one like defense mission thing and went to level 16. But I switched back to Lepic. Um, I don't have a reason. Hi, babe. Welcome. So while the gameplay isn't, how am I trying to say this? While the gameplay isn't not fun, it can be. Uh, it is very fast for no reason. So from what I've seen so far, your area maps, let's try that again. Your area maps, like this is where we are right now at their base of operations or whatever. And you first go to Kingston and you land in Kingston, and I think here, and these blue flags are the missions. That's what you do. You run and you do those. There are some enemies that are kind of out randomly walking. You can see right here, Bunny Spiral Catalyst. So it does tell you um, what's there to potentially get. So if you're tracking that shit down. But you do these and then it's like, oh, go over here and then go over here and do it's just a couple missions in each spot, which is fine. But then you're done with this area. You got this shit. Now all these are repeatable, and I think that's important because none of the stuff you see listed as a reward is guaranteed. I mean, it tells you this is standard to drop from this mission. This is rare to drop from this mission. And that's fine. Um, but it doesn't make it any less irritating, I guess. The shape stabilizer form. Uh, so the amorphous materials patterns can be, when you get them, they're numbered, like this one is 001. Well, when you go down to these void intercept battles, you click it and it'll be like, oh, you have this one. So I have a 004 pattern. It can be shaped into those items right there when I'm hovered over it. That's good. If you have that shape form thing, though, you can pick what you want to shape it into. So I guess what I'm getting at is this game has a lot of built-in grind, and it's all very fast-paced. I think they even tell you estimated playtime, 10 minutes or less, 10 minutes or less, 5 minutes or less, 20 minutes or less. And they do have some bigger, more like event stuff, I guess. This is 30 minutes or more, 4 minutes or less. And it kind of seems or almost feels like they're shoving you through this story so quickly because they want you to get past it or through it. I don't really know. Um, it doesn't make a lot. Let's see what this is. Destroy void fragments. All right, well, let's go try that, I guess, because I have no idea what that is. The story is not great. I don't really have a connection to my character. It's pretty much just, hey, you're really great at being a descendant. Thanks for that. Go do more shit. And some of the personalities of the other NPCs, which are also um, obtainable descendants, um, I don't like them. There's a guy who is literally atrocious. Like, he's very cocky, very arrogant, um, which is fine if done right. But then, like, the big boss battle, shows up and they're just like, hey, where are you? And he's like, you're on your own, and he fucking leaves. And then the whole big thing, the fallout from that is everybody, apparently, except for you, watches him get smacked in the face by the leader. And then he's all like, yeah, they smacked me, so blah, blah, blah. I can't believe they still want that report. I don't want that report. You can keep that report. You should probably work on reading it. Get some fucking skills up or something, because you seem super fucking useless. I did browse through the descendant list in the research area. And I was looking, and I, I, none of these characters sound great to me. There's only one that I've seen that I'm like, I want to play that guy. And I don't think he's obtainable. I haven't seen him anywhere. So I think I have to. I gotta switch to Bunny, don't I? No, I don't. I don't have to do that shit. We can go to the map. We can go to Vespers. So this is the area I unlocked yesterday. I don't think I've gone here yet. I might have. And then they were like, hey, go do these 3 missions and move on. I was like, I'm calling it a night. I know I'm saying a lot of negative. I know that I am. What the fuck? Got Wilhelmina wannabe. But you run up to your markers, which are impossible to miss, 5 minutes or less.
Guy, just as you said, the Vulcans have realized there is an Ironheart here. A Vulcus battleship has been spotted heading to our current location.
A battleship. Then there can be no doubt that there is an entrance here.
Ooh. Alright. Game heard me talking a bunch of shit about it. You know, I also didn't put any mods on this. Maybe that's why. Alright, that got a little fucking dicey. I don't think I have time for this. Sure, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Show priority, so we'll be doing ice and fire damage. Weak spot, yep. Up the fire rate. Let's do this so we have a little bit better accuracy. Weak point hit? No, we don't have the room. Okay. It's fine. But I think also the weapons. Ooh. Golden gun, wanna be garbage. Oh, you motherfucker. Sometimes that ability lets me shoot it 3 times. Sometimes it lets me shoot it 1 time. I don't know why. I don't use it very often. And that was obviously the first time I've used it since I've been on. It's weird. Should probably switch back over to that SMG, see if it's doing any better. But I know you get like proficiency rank ups with the weapons as well. Yeah, just keep jumping there. Thank you. That was nice. I think that with some finessing, I could enjoy this game more. Trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but seems the more I dig in, the more it good lord, the more it buckles down on its just literal rinse repeat. But there are platforming sections. I don't know why I stumbled on that word. Oh, hey, buddy, you look.
Enemy reinforcements spotted. There's too many blind
But
spots.
the
Get to the
grappling
top of the
ability is
structures
not
and
reliable
engage them
enough
from there.
for it to be an effective form of movement. There was this mission, and you walked in, and it had just this huge open cavern, pretty much, and a bunch of moving, floating tiles. And you can jump from tile to tile, and of course, they're all just out of reach enough to where you are needing the grappling hook to be able to continue on. And I was in a random group. I ran to that mission. It joined me with two people who were already doing that mission, and those other two people backed out. Just decided no thanks. Oh, let me shoot twice. This is supposed to be some super epic weapon, better than anything I'd used before. And it is not. I would like to not die. Thanks. Some of the things in this game would be more bearable if it had any semblance of a good story, which so far it does. Good lord. So far it doesn't. I really have a hard time giving a fuck what the NPCs are talking about, what the dudes are like, hey, you know, this is the next mission, this is why we've got to do this.
Wave of enemy forces is
I don't care.
Watch out.
And that's a really hard pill to swallow because normally I watch cutscenes. I watch cutscenes on games that I've beaten multiple times before. Because if the story's good, I'm about it. Can't pick that shit up for some reason. Yeah, oh, because I'm lagging.
Prevent you from reaching the entrance. Exercise caution when engaging them in combat.
I don't know why, but I couldn't look up there for a second. Because I'm about to be disconnected. Yeah, they must have heard me talking about this game.
All enemy
Um,
forces have been eliminated. Excellent job.
as much as I want to, as awesome as I think the potential of this game is, Warframe is a pretty damn good game. It's definitely a bit wonky. It has a kind of lacking and not fantastic story, but it used to. I don't know if it still does. I haven't played Warframe in a hot minute. But practicing and getting to the ability that you were jumping, sliding, killing everything on the map. That was one thing. That made the game a lot more bearable. This, I'm slow, laggy. The gunplay isn't exactly my favorite. It's not. It takes some getting used to. I play a lot of Division, and I I do play some Call of Duty, but not actually here for a fucking hot minute. Um, Gears of War, Division, stuff like that, and the gunplay here just seems very wishy-washy. And I would understand if I was running around with like 50 caliber sniper rifles and they're like, yeah, it's a heavy gun, man. It's gonna take a second to dial that shit in and get practice with it. That's not the case. It is light weapons, heavy recoil, stuff like that. That's fine. But all in all, I cannot. Uh, if I had to rate this game out of 10, it would probably be about a 4.5. It's interesting. Like I was saying, the concept of it. You know, you got Warframe, and my buddy had mentioned, you know, Warframe and Destiny, and I definitely have a lot of time in on Destiny. That love-hate relationship. But this game is none of that. It it reminds me a lot of Anthem, and at least Anthem, I could run around and I could explore the world, and there were things to find. It wasn't a whole hell of a lot, but it was definitely leaps and bounds better than this, in my opinion. Take that with whatever grain of salt. I'm not here trying to be super negative about it. But it has not been impressive. So anyway, speaking of Division, let's do that. So how long was that? About 20 minutes. I'll probably end up like hacking the first part of that video off and being like, here you go. But I did put a lot more hours into that game. I really did. Um, trying to like it, and it's not for everybody. It doesn't have to be for everybody. That's what I should say. It doesn't have to be for everybody. It is a game that I have disagreed with more than probably any other game in my recent history. Whether you're a rogue, new recruit, or loyal division agent, show your agent status with the new Crossroads apparel. Okay, I will. Is this who we were playing? Is this Deckard? we are going to continue the story of Deckard's search and the aftermath of the dollar bill flu. After 7 months after the events in Manhattan, the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. You're damn right. How would you say that? Hope nothing comes along to stir things up a bit. I think that's exactly what you want, Susan. Yeah! Calm down, little John. Can't exactly remember where I was at or what I was doing, what I'm wielding. So I got a shield and the drone, it looks like. Oh, all eyes on me. Oh, shit. That's not great. I know you were here. There you are. Gotcha. What the fuck is that? Oh, supply drop. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a supply drop.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Reloading.
Incoming hostiles detected. Friendly control point nearby.
Oh shit.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostiles are opening a supply drop.
Man, I'm not doing well today in general, apparently.
Incoming hostiles detected. Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oh,
Agent killed.
I don't know why I pushed it like I did. Yeah, let's go there. That's okay. I think I'd switched weapons and stuff and then logged off. But that is definitely a gaming flaw of mine. I will
Hostiles are opening a supply drop.
just fucking blindly push to the objective. Somebody give that dog a biscuit.
Supply drop.
Yeah, let him have the supply drop, man. I don't care. Sure, I'll catch up with him eventually. What's up, doggo? Oh, and I just thought about it. I don't know if I can change my stream title. Might have to do that afterwards, I guess. Down, 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 down. Maybe I should have brought the stream down and then started a stream again. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Were you patrolling or were you negotiating with criminals? Because that was super suspicious, man. I'm just letting you know. I like your handbag. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. I will take that. Thank you. You can edit afterwards. I'm not sure how to do it while live. Welcome, brother. How are you today? And if you got time for fucking chatting, I'll end stream right now so we can get a jump start on that. I guess not a jump start because we've been talking about it for years now. But you know what I mean. Oh, can you shoot him? Thank you. Having a rough go of it. Had some like reload lag. But Rogue, have you? I know you said you started as Ajax in First Descendant. How much of it have you played? Because I've got a rather scathing review of it at this point. Oh, the handrail. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I was, I was trying so fucking hard to just to not hate on the game. Um, but it's not my favorite. Having some fucking struggle today.
I saw some hostiles enter the parking garage east of the main entrance. You might be able to get in that way.
Yeah, it makes it it makes it very difficult to get into the game when you are constantly, literally, like you just said, puddle jumping. It's like, all right, here's your tiny sandbox. Run around for 15 minutes, and then come back here and we'll talk some more. Go to this new little sandbox and run around for 15 minutes. It's very disconnected. Um, and I don't think the movement is as good as as good as it should be. Um, you got your double jump, but it's a fucking like, it's like kind of, you don't feel that float. You know what I mean? Destiny Hunter triple jump might be pushing it, but they're powered by space magic, so bleh. But like your double jump in First Descendant, it's like you jump and then you hit the ceiling. You only go this high. There's no, it doesn't even flow nicely. And then that grapple hook is a fucking joke. That grappling hook is a joke. And that's how I feel about it. A mobile game, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No, I can see that. I'd honestly be more willing to play it if it was just something to pass the time on my phone while I'm sitting in a doctor's office or something, you know? Um, but it is what it is. It's fine. I see that. How far do you think you're gonna make it? About that far. Oh, that's the only thing I used that grappling hook for, was to like grapple through the group of enemies and like swing around. But yeah, like you said, it's definitely not I don't think it's reliable enough. I couldn't think of the word there for a second. We got someone hiding still? Not any fucking more. Oh, and this is what I was talking about last time with the division. Just look at this. Site map of the museum. You want to learn some stuff about cuneiform? I would almost be willing to bet money that this is pretty much what these fucking things look like sitting in the museum too. Oh, and you can interact. Other game companies need to step their fucking game up. Not saying Ubisoft is perfect, but the team who makes the Division games, fuck yes. Oh, it's your gun, Rogue. Also, I did get to finish your second peek at Teak video, and I downloaded that game, Monsters and Memories. I was just looking around at the character creation before I went live today. it's a it's something else. I don't know that I've ever played another game that had movement like Warframe. Warframe is and I haven't obviously played all of the fucking games or anything like that, but Warframe seems pretty unique in its approach to crossing the environment. I give Warframe a lot of props for that. And that's definitely not something you pick up on immediately either. You gotta learn to spin and weave and jump and dive and float, bounce and all that other shit. I would like you to stop shooting that machine gun at me. Medieval point and click games, yeah. But I mean, like, when it comes to playing what's fun, and I did say that well, before I got lag disconnected from the server on, uh, First Descendant. Because I was gonna run around and do the whole thing and talk about what I think are its pros and what I think are its cons. So but yeah, it got super laggy, glitchy, and booted me, and I was like, oh well, I guess we'll just play the Division. I almost clicked Neverwinter, to be honest. I don't mind some point clicky medieval games. But I think the difference between, watching your EverQuest streams and stuff like that is EverQuest does have a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of discovery there. Um, so I will give it that. There's some story to be found. There's, in-depth missions. There's I think it's crazy that the starting weapon for my character in they always get me with that step to the left. No, I'm saying like right now. I will end stream and hit record instead. Um, I got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Next week. What what what? You just lead me on? Oh, there's an objective down here. Go get it. Got him in the thigh. It's got to be embarrassing. You gotta love the enemies just yelling out every time they walk into a room. I don't think there's a single bad guy in any shooter game ever that's understood the power of surprise. Ah, damn it. I fucking botched that horribly. Don't forget your cell phone. Nice. He, oh, come on. definitely having some issues with this reload lag. That's frustrating. I'll just. Yeah, I know my vital signs are critical, bro. Be telling me all the time. Oh, I forgot there was an elite. Not good, man. All right. Well, that's gotta be it. We are. I knew the button was there somewhere. I just couldn't fucking look at it. I was looking right at it. I couldn't read it. I can read, but I wasn't. You know? I doubt this live stream is going to stay up on the YouTube channel for long, but I'll probably hack it in a little piece there at the beginning and give my honest opinion about uh, First Descent. Um, I don't know. I might jot down some notes and try to just make a just outright video talking about it. But honestly, it's probably not going to be good. I I think that the game has about this much potential, and if they would like to put, I never want to say that a game can't, because uh, when Elder Scrolls Online came out, I remember, I remember calling up my buddy and being like, "Yeah, don't waste your time. It's not great." And uh, years later, called him. He's like, "Yep." I was like, "What are you doing right now?" He's like, "Playing Elder Scrolls Online." I was like, "Bro, why? It's so fucking bad." Like, because it was bad in launch, and then it turned into a game that we both sunk hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into. So I don't want to say that a game can't be good if it's not good from the get-go. I think that any game has the potential to get there, but it takes a studio that's willing to listen to feedback and want to make those changes and want to make those adjustments. Um, that can make it happen. So I don't know anything about the creators of the first Descendant. I don't know what their history is before this game. Um, but I think that it would be a lot of work to do them. It would be a massive overhaul to restructure the entirety of how the game is uh is played. Because you have to reconfigure the maps and flesh out the maps and add more shit and all this other stuff and you go back and fix narrative and pick it into pieces and parts and get your character to a point to where it's walking through these things in a sensical manner that lead the player, because I feel like that's one of the biggest setbacks of that game is I constantly feel like someone's got their hand between my shoulder blades and they're just like, let's go, and just shoving. You're just being shoved through this fucking game at breakneck speed, and there's not enough thrill or reason to invest in the story for you to be like, all right, this is bearable, because it's not. So maybe I'm wrong. I might be, but it's got too much shit going on. You know what I mean? Too much shit, not enough substance. I think that's what I'm gonna say. That's good. There's too much shit, not enough substance. Oh, you're finally awake. Yeah, and it does not do a great job it of even describing what the hell a descendant is. And pretty much, I guess I'll say this too. Pretty much, your descendant is a fucking javelin from Anthem. which I think is a fantastic idea. You have your character, you could create and customize your character to an extent. They didn't have a flawless character creator or anything, but you picked your character, and then you picked your javelin, your suit, and then you went out into the world and you ran around and you explored and you did shit, and it was fucking cool. And you could get the other suits, so you still have that idea of you're playing this one pilot pretty much who can pilot one of these four javelins. Super fucking good idea. Super cool idea. Well, the first Descendant has taken that idea and they're like, you don't have to be a different character. Well, your different Descendants are essentially just different javelin suits. And that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I have a physically different human being standing here that I am now in control of. And that's still supposed to be the same core whatever. It's weird. I don't fucking like it. Put me in a suit. Let me go. Have it be a character I created and I'm walking around and doing all this shit. And I can step into this suit and have my super chef abilities. That was another kick in the nuts. Is like I remember being like, man, if I could, I'd be this character right here if he was able to be chosen. Turns out that character's a chef, and like his abilities are like throwing hot food or something at people. I wish I was making that up. But the swashbuckling guy who's like who this guy right here. This dude right here on the right. He's a chef. And like his attacks are meal based. You do. That's exactly right. Instead of creating a character, you choose an Overwatch nerd and tackle the game. And they force the grind because there's a bunch of different fucking characters you can choose, or you can be descendants that you can be, and then you collect all the pieces and parts you need to unlock them, and then you go to Anais or Anissa or Nessa. You go to the lady who does the research stuff, and you research the person, and then they like DNA formed the person in that little 3D printer there beside her. And then you can just pick them off the list of, yep, I'm gonna be this person today. That doesn't get me connected to the character at all. That doesn't put me in the story as a person trying to save the day. Now you can play the game with one character the whole time, absolutely. But it's just it's bad. So I'm just critical reviews. Yeah. So at any rate, I am going to get out of here and I'm going to chat with my buddy about some video game shit. And then we'll probably post that later. So, Zombies Critical Reviews. Actually, I do have. I'll stop talking. I've got an idea for game review stuff, but until next time,